Dear friends, welcome to Thirukkural English Couplet TV. We are coming to 26th chapter, Avoidance of Unclean Foods. We have already completed 25th chapter. Now we are coming to 26th. This is in Tamil Pulal Maruthal. In English it has been translated as Avoidance of Unclean Foods. I have translated this way. This means avoidance of unclean foods. This means we have to avoid unclean foods. So World is giving some instructions, that way we will be living happily and healthy. That's why he is giving these many 10 Courals, which are taken as one video. Before coming for this video, you better go to my introductory video, and thereby you will be able to understand it better. This 26th video explaining all these Courals. I have translated the Couplet. Thirukkural English Couplet is a translation of Thirukkural's Courals, all 1330 Courals, and these have been translated as they are. That means 4+3 word translation. This is first of its kind, and it's a unique one, which is using two types of grammar. That's Kural Vinba grammar and Couplet's definition. Having 2 lines, 4+3 words. 2 lines having same syllabic meter. That's a main definition for couplets, English couplet. The same way I have translated it. Now we are coming to this 26th chapter, where we start with the first one. That's we have completed 250 Courals. Now we are coming to 251 Coral. Coral number 251. I read out in Tamil that one. Tannun perukkuthirukku thaan piridu unnunpan enganum aalum arul. This way he is writing. This has been translated this way. Fat eating for oneself increases hatred only. I have translated this way. Mostly my translation is based on the semantical approach. That means the meaning. According to the meaning I have translated. And that way I'm bringing forth the spirit of Thirukkural in the translation. The 7-word translation. That is as a 7-word Quran is. Fat eating for oneself increases hatred only. In the Tamil one, Tannun perukkuthirukku thaan piridu unnunpan enganum aalum arul. This wound, which this Tamil word means Tasai, Irachi, Kolupu, Udambu. It refers to Tasai, Kolupu, Udambu all such. This you can find in vallaitamil.com. Tamil Takaval Kalanchiyam, where you can find Un is equal to Tasai, Kolupu, Udambu, Irach. Now, this exactly means Kolupu, that is fat. That's why I have translated as fat. Fat eating for oneself increases hatred only. This resembles Bible's Proverbs 15:17, where it is said, the oxen, the flesh of oxen, eating the flesh of oxen increases hatred, whereas the vegetable curry, that is eating vegetables, increases love. It goes on with that. It is in Proverbs 15:17. So what is meant here? Eating fat is not good for health. The Bible is asking us not to eat fat. It is found in Leviticus 3:17. We can find Leviticus 3:17. We can find that we should not eat fat. And this is very important. This is very important. Some type of degree given by God Himself, asking us not to eat fats. fat is not good for health. That's why God is asking us not to do that. The same way, Thirukkural is also asking us not to eat fat because it's not good for health. There are two types of fat. We have to know about that. Saturated fat. And in a simpler way, cholesterol, we call cholesterol. It's good cholesterol and bad cholesterol. There are HDL, LDL, VLDL, and good cholesterol is good for health, and bad cholesterol is not good for health. Here it's referring to bad cholesterol, the fat, which is not good for health. That's why what Lord is asking us not to eat that. Bible in Leviticus 3:17 is also asking us not to eat that type of fat. That is why he is telling fat eating for oneself increases hatred only. This also gives us some type of hatred in us. That means it hates our own body. That means it gives us some type of diseases. It makes even the organs hate the other organ. That means microcosmically it's working within us. Thereby we get diseases. And moreover, when those organs get affected, it affects the hormones also. Hormonal system also gets affected. Hormonal system when gets affected, what will happen? We will automatically get some secretion. Not in a regular way. If hormonal secretion, if it goes up, it's not good for health. It goes down, it's not good for health. So if it goes like that, what happens? Our moods also changes. Then automatically it gives us some type of hatred. When we go scientifically, when we analyze scientifically, it gives us some type of hatred towards us, towards others. That's why it's prophetically, because it was not known that time. Science was not well established, even not established. It's not known in science 2000 years back. Even 8,000 years back, the Bible says, and 2000 years back, Thirukkural says about this one. And that time, the science was not there. But he could tell us this. Fat eating for oneself increases hatred only. So, we should avoid fat eating. That's a message he wants to give us. Next Quran, 252. Unkindness develops in fat eaters, poverty in antagonizes. So, unkindness is also it's getting developed in the fat eaters. That is what is said in Leviticus 3:17. The same is said in the first Quran. So each Quran is interlinked with one another. That's why each Quran is interlinked with each other, and all Qurans are interlinked with one another. That's why just we are seeing all Qurans all 10 Qurans in one video. Unkindness develops in fat eaters, poverty in antagonizes. Antagonizes means one who is developing hostility. So what happens? Unkindness develops in fat eaters. If you start eating fats, what will happen is unkindness. That is nothing but the same type of hatred. That type of thing will increase in us. The same way, poverty antagonizes. Hostility. Some type of hostility will develop in the poverty. Because of poverty, they are suffering like anything. They are starving like anything. That's why some type of hostility develops in them. The same way, here for the fat eaters, there develops unkindness. That is what exactly said in Proverbs 15:17. 15:17 of Proverbs in the Bible. Next, Quran 2:5-3. As weapon constrains fight, defiled food does unkindness. He is asking us not to eat defiled food also. Defiled food is flesh of stranded animals. Strangled animals. Blood of strangled animals. Strangled animals, meat of flesh and meat of strangled animals. Strangled animals, animals which we die on the way, or animals which already died. We should not eat the strangled animals. Stranded meat is something which is which is coming out of the live animal getting died out of that. This strangled meat is out of the animals which already died. We should not eat that. That's what he means here. Defile the food, dust, unkindness. That's also not good for our health. That is what is said in Acts in the Bible 15, 28 and 29. This resembles that. In the New Testament itself, Acts, this was written in 2000 years back, as a world war has written this. These two things were written 2000 years back. Acts 15, 29 to 28 to 29. It is said, we should not eat the flesh or meat of strangled animals. This is so. How it does he compares? World is always comparing. Sometimes he uses metaphor, sometimes he is using simile and comparison, oxymoron. So many figures of speech he uses. Here, as weapon constraints fight. You are having a weapon, though it always constrains us to fight because we are having the weapon. Weapon makes us fight. The same way, defiled food does unkindness. This gives us, makes us have some unkindness. That's what. The next one, 254. Shedding, eating blood is unkindness, cruel, respectively. 254. This Quran number 254 says shedding one thing, eating next thing. Shedding blood and eating blood is unkindness, cruel, respectively. That means shedding blood is unkindness, eating blood is cruel. That is what he means. The same thing is referred to eating blood. About eating blood, we should not eat blood. That is what is said in Acts 15, 28, 29. Already I said the same verse is also referring to eating blood. We should not eat blood. The same is said in Deuteronomy 12:23 of the Bible, Old Testament. Deuteronomy 12:23. Because blood is considered life itself. So we should not eat life itself. That's what it is said. So as weapon constraints fights, there's shedding, 254, shedding is unkindness, eating blood is cruel. So we should not eat blood. 255, eating of defiled food is pushing us down. So again he is reiterating the same message. Eating of defiled food is pushing us down. It will be bringing us down. We will be not going up, we will be coming down. That's why we should avoid eating blood. 256, destruction of defiled food guarantees none selling it. So we seeing strangled animals meat, we should destroy all those meat or flesh. If you start doing it, nobody will be there to sell it. The sellers will not grow out of it. So if the sellers are not growing out of it, the eaters will also not be there. At least they will be not that much as they are now. The same thing now we are talking about liquor. If the liquor shops are open, they will be drinking. If they are shortening down or closing down the liquor shop, the people will be not able to drink the way they used to drink. That we will come to that chapter 93, I think. When we come for that one, we will be explaining that. Now he is telling destruction of defiled food. So he is advising us, even the I think for the people who are heading the family, maybe, or the government, or whoever is heading, should know we should destroy the strangled animals' food or meat. Thereby we can destruction of defiled food. We can guarantee there will be no sellers. If there are no sellers, the food eaters will come down. Next one, 257. Consume not defiled food, lest be diseased. We are most of the time diseased because we are eating this, consuming defiled food. That is why these food are called unclean foods. Unclean food. So consume not the defiled food, lest be diseased. If you don't want to get disease, stop eating defiled food. This type of food are flesh of strangled animals. As blood is life, eat not blood. Now in the 258th Quran, it resembles Deuteronomy 12:23. It says, as blood is life, eat not blood. It is the blood. Blood is life. So don't eat blood. 259. Hospitality is better than blood, not dish. Hospitality is a dish, better where blood is not dish. So blood is to be avoided this way. 260th Quran. If blood eating is eliminated, creatures would admire. We should stop eating blood because blood is life, it's said. Even in Quran 2:58, it says blood is life. And Deuteronomy 12:23 says it's blood is life. So we should eat, we should avoid, totally avoid, eliminate eating blood. So creatures would start admiring people who do not eat blood because it's life. Life is blood. Not flesh is life, blood is life. So we need to be careful about eating blood, and we should avoid blood eating, and the people will be admired because of that. Thank you.